All right, Jimmy, we have my favorite wrestler currently in the ring.
Kevin Owens.
Kevin Owens, I love the guy. You know that.
Because he sent you a message on your birthday?
Yeah, thanks to you, buddy. And then we got Seth Rollins, who I just am not a fan of in really any way. I don't really dig him. I don't like his character. I don't like his voice. I'm just not a big fan.
I don't like the Monday Night Messiah character either. I like the Architect. I think that was a much better character for him.
Yeah.
Trying to not be so glitchy.
I know, me too. I love his skill, man. I'm just not a big fan of. I wonder what Bill's doing right now.
Not watching wrestling.
I think we lost Jimmy there for a second. For anybody who wants to know, you can check out the Bill DeMott experience. He's not with us tonight. He will be with us tomorrow. And he's going to watch the second night of WrestleMania with us, which I'm really excited about because it's going to be a bigger, more exciting card. And I think he'll have a lot of really cool input. So you're going to want to check that out. But he also right now is doing a show called the Bill DeMott Experience that you can actually check out on, I think, YouTube. He'll correct me if I'm wrong tomorrow night, but definitely go and support him on that. It's hilarious. It's entertaining. It's him and his family. And watching them and how they are together is just absolutely hilarious. So check out Bill DeMott Experience on YouTube. Hey, Michael.
Hey, what's going on, guys?
Yeah, that's a good background there, buddy. I mean, you're at WrestleMania.
Yeah, man.
How'd you
welcome
welcome
to be our guest at the watch along from the Managed Wrestling Podcast.
Thank you, guys.
You're welcome, buddy. You're welcome.
So, what do you think of the show so far?
Honestly, I've been enjoying it. I think the matches have been good. I mean, obviously it's weird not to have any crowd reactions, but I mean the ladder match was pretty good, and I liked. Honestly, the only match that was kind of odd was the Elias Baron Corbin match.
Yeah, that was I don't know about that. We were talking about the ladder match, Mike, a few moments ago, and I said I think that the ending was very anticlimactic for a WrestleMania moment.
Yeah.
I think that they failed to capitalize on what could have been a great WrestleMania moment for any of those teams, but instead it was it was fishy. It was I don't like it. I don't like how that ended.
Yeah, I would say that I guess if I had to criticize something, I would say the finishes in general tonight have been kind of odd.
Yeah, Becky and Shayna, that was I would have liked to see again another definitive finish. Either you solidify Becky as the man who just took down Shayna Baszler, or you put over Shayna, as this badass. But now she just lost WrestleMania. What does that do for her character? What does that do for her steam?
Yeah, and honestly, that match probably could have benefited from another 4 or 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Well, that was one of the few storylines they had an actual build-up to, and that was so flat. I mean, it disintegrated. There was nothing to it at the end.
Yeah. Now, what are your thoughts on the 2 nights WrestleMania?
I love it. I think you should do that every year at this point.
I would support that. Mike, what's your thought?
See, it's funny because I actually think the opposite, man.
Really?
I like the 2 nights for Wrestle Kingdom, primarily just because of the time difference.
Sure.
But
with you there. Getting up sucks.
Yeah, but I mean the 2 nights for WrestleMania to me, it's gonna be cool this year because you're home, and watching it on TV. But I don't know, man. I for one, I don't mind sitting through a 6-7 hour WrestleMania.
Yeah.
I don't. Well, serious thing. If they go from 6 to 11 both nights, if they make it 2 long shows, I wouldn't want it to be 2 nights where it's 2.5 hours.
Yeah.
If they give us 2 nights of 5, 6, I would be all for it. I would rather whenever they were here, which obviously were you there because you have the background of the
Yeah, I was there.
So that was like, we got there too that day. And there were things going on all the way until like that didn't end till almost 1 a.m. that night.
Yeah. I mean, I get it, from a standpoint, especially if you're there live. Like, I get it that it's definitely a long show, but the other thing too is that you got to take into consideration, and for some people it doesn't matter because they're gonna spend whatever they have to spend regardless for WrestleMania. But I see
these
you,
three
I see
idiots
you,
right
Frank.
here on the screen.
But
Okay, so now we have another. What happened?
It was a double count out. No disqualification. Seth, I think, might have hit him with the bell.
Yeah.
Again, WrestleMania. Why are we having disqualifications?
This is where everything culminates and ends. And then tomorrow.
Well, okay. So actually, now this Maury, you just said something. What if because it's WrestleMania, because it's here, they can't end it? Maybe this is their way. They get over the match, right? They get over this hump. They've done WrestleMania, and now you just have a WrestleMania Part 2. And, when we have an arena full of people, it can end the feud.
Well, I don't know. Did you guys hear today? A lot of the sports organizations, the NASCAR, the NBA, Vince McMahon, we're on the phone with President Trump and everything.
Oh, hold on.
I was gonna say there was no way that was gonna end like that.
Yeah, they can't.
Wow.
Funny. I actually can't hear it because I have the audio on the chat, so I'm watching it, but
Kevin Owens basically called Seth Rollins a little bitch and said, "Get back to the ring."
you know what? Actually, it looks like I can put the closed captioning on. I can at least read it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
All right, so at this point the match restarts and Rollins' minions come out and help him out.
This is one thing I hate, though, because it's like, who made Seth Rollins the commissioner or, the booker? Like, that should have been sanctioned somewhere else, if you're kind of keeping things as they should be.
Yeah, I agree.
So I don't know what they're going to do.
I do like the fact that they just restarted this. That's
For that kind of finish, they better have restarted it.
Yeah.
yes, I agree.
I mean, this is WrestleMania. Come on.
I do think it's kind of funny that they kept the all the pirate theming and stuff. I mean, I guess it was too late to back out now, but
Yeah, no.
I like how there's officially more than 10 people in that arena right now.
absolutely. Yeah.
Right in the general area. Because you got 3 with Rollins, Owens, and the ref. There were 2 people off to the side, ring announcer, and you got the camera.
Yeah, there's at least 3 or 4 camera guys in there.
Yeah. I'm counting about 13 people in the arena. So, and that's just from what I could see, let alone, everybody else. So, that's not good. You gotta listen to those things. That's why I was telling Jimmy before you came on, Mike, I'm glad that they went ahead with WrestleMania, but I think they should have, I hope people don't get sick.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Well, especially.
Well, we had it. Miz had to get taken out because he is sick.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Yeah, the Miz is in quarantine. I actually heard, and I don't know if it's because he's sick or if he's just doing it preemptively, but I heard Daniel Bryan quarantined himself too.
Yeah, I heard Daniel Bryan quarantined because he didn't want to risk anything happening to.
Not Daniel Bryan. He was there tonight wrestling.
Yeah,
it was not live. It was recorded like last week.
Roman Reigns.
Yeah, no, but
Daniel Bryan quarantined as well.
Oh, really? Oh, okay.
Because he didn't want to get his wife sick. She's pregnant.
Oh, yeah. See, I would have. Well, I would have done last week.
Yeah, I actually read, and I mean, I don't know how much truth there is to it or not, but I actually read that the Miz showed up to the PC and he was already sick. So
Yeah, the Usos.
Yeah, I saw that. That was not a way that you probably want to go over.
That's not the way to power through.
So,
words.
Mike, if you enjoy it tonight, we want you to come back tomorrow night because Bill will be here tomorrow night.
Oh, nice.
As well.
Yeah, so it'll be kind of cool hearing it live from like the master, Bill.
Yeah, for sure.
And tomorrow night's a better card. I
like
card for tomorrow.
Kevin just hit Seth with the bell.
Oh no! Oh, he hit him in the head.
I heard that.
But yeah, like I was saying earlier, so right now they're saying that they're not predicting that there will be any sports back up and running or any kind of live gathering until August or September.
Yeah.
Wow. So do you think we're at the Performance Center until August?
Well, honestly, they can't because of the stay-at-home order.
Look at this, Kevin.
Well, once that is lifted. So we're out of stay-at-home.
Yeah.
Look at this. This is why I love.
Holy shit! Did you see that?
I think you guys are a little ahead of me.
Watching. This is insane. This is why Kevin Owens.
Tell me you saw that.
I think you guys are a little ahead of me.
Do you see it now?
Yeah. Well, wait, hold on. My thing just froze. Yeah, he's about to jump off the thing.
Watch him jump off the thing.
Oh crap!
Right? Okay. That's what I'm talking about as a WrestleMania moment.
Yeah. This is why Kevin Owens is the best. He climbed up the signage for the WrestleMania, and he jumps off onto Rollins on the table. He does like just a flat back.
I thought it was just like a belly, like a butt backdrop type deal.
Maybe like supposed to be a little bit like an elbow drop or something.
Yeah, I don't say like a cannonball, but
kind of like a cannonball.
Yeah. That's what I'm talking about. I'm actually looking forward to the Boneyard match with The Undertaker and AJ Styles.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what they do with that.
I've always been a big fan of gimmick matches anyway, so I love the idea of the Boneyard match. Whatever it's going to be, hopefully we'll see. I mean, listen, if Limp Bizkit or Kid Rock starts singing and The Undertaker's coming out, I'm going to be super jazzed.
Yeah.
Because,
well, and I mean, if nothing else, it'll break up the scenery a little bit too. It'll just kind of give you a different feeling.
It's a bit of a drag.
Stunner in the middle of the ring, but he can't cover. Owens goes for the cover. Rue's rolling over. 1, 2, 3. Kevin Owens takes down the Monday Night at WrestleMania.
Nice.
Oh, Mike, I'm sorry. You're still.
No, you're good. You're good. I actually caught up, so we're. Okay. I think there's like a 3-second delay, but it's close enough.
So, I love the way this ended. This is why I love Kevin Owens and his ring psychology because, he did a huge bump on Seth Rollins, threw him in the ring.
There it is. We're going to look at the bump again. Yeah, I think an elbow drop is what I think he was going for there.
Look here, we got a better view. There's the elbow.
Yeah.
Match is brutal.
I love too that he for every WrestleMania he updates his shirt.
That's what I was saying earlier. I want that shirt. They're buy one get one $1 tonight.
Yeah, I know. I was actually thinking about buying one.
Is there an airbag under there, like for the Shane McMahon table ball? And you know what? I love the way Seth Rollins sold it too. He didn't go flying back like The Rock. He sold that stunner and just dropped because that's what he should. There's Kevin Owens selling the leg.
Yeah, after that fall, I think you have to.
Masterful. I mean, he's so masterful. I love it. Huge Kevin Owens fan. Call me a Mark. I don't.
Nah, he's great. He's great.
So far, guys, this show is great. I think I don't like all the finishes, and I think some of the talent were in areas they shouldn't have been. I don't know if I would have put the ladder match where it was. I definitely want to put the women's tag title match in the first match. So,
yeah, that was definitely odd placement.
But I tell you what, they're doing a million. Look, here it is, the promo. Buy one, get one. tonight only.
50% off titles.
Or you don't get one.
Not now, thanks to you guys. Mike, you see that?
Yeah, man, that was awesome. It's funny. I was telling Frank that I was actually like a couple weeks behind on the podcast, so I kind of throughout this week I like binged them all and caught up. But yeah, that was really cool, man. And the phone call from KO and all that.
It's crazy, man. I mean, I was like, I'm still in shock. Like, I still can't believe it. It's the greatest gift ever.
Yeah, no, that's definitely cool, man.
Not as good as the 24/7 title as we're seeing with the Truth right now. Just kidding.
Okay, anybody want to take bets that Ron Gronkowski becomes the 24/7 champion right now? Anybody taking that?
I wouldn't doubt it. Or Mojo, maybe. Actually, speaking of marking out, I got retweeted by Eric Bischoff today, and I was like, "Holy crap!"
Wow, what? Oh, who called this?
Oh,
Nice.
Gronk.
Your best friends.
That's Mojo.
Wow. So Mojo Rawley just won the 24/7 title.
Yep.
That was weird, as it usually is, but that was pretty weird.
I mean, Mojo just had a WrestleMania moment, and much love to Mojo. You know, I'm a Mojo guy. I like Mojo.
Are you
And
a fan?
I'm happy Gronk is here because I think this is going to give something for Mojo to work on. It's going to profile his abilities. I tell you, the first suit coming for Gronk is going to be Mojo.
Yeah.
Probably.
By the way, Mike, you got retweeted by Eric Bischoff. What happened there?
It was funny because I just put up a picture that I took with him at Fan Access at WrestleMania 33, and I put it on Twitter, and I was like, I was talking about how, because my first live event was Monday Nitro back in the 90s, and I just put that on Twitter, and he retweeted me and said, "Hey, it was great to meet you that day," and I was like, "That was cool, man."
That's cool. Wow.
That's awesome, bro.
That's really cool.
That's really cool.
It was, I honestly, this whole day has been kind of surreal. It was like, I know Frank knows this, but about 2 months ago, I actually ran into Elias at a Cracker Barrel.
Are you serious?
And yeah, and super cool, man. I was talking to him for a good 10 minutes outside the restaurant. We were talking about wrestling and stuff.
Hang on 1 second, guys.
Yeah.
Give me a second. I ordered my dessert. It's here.
I actually trained with Elias back in Pittsburgh.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, his name's Jeff. He's a really cool guy. I love him.
Yeah, no, super cool guy. It was actually kind of funny because we struck up a conversation because he was actually wearing his own Elias T-shirt.
That's really cool.
And I walked up to him and I was like, that's probably not the best way to hide from a fan is wearing your own merch. And so we talked for a couple minutes, and so it was kind of cool to see him get the win tonight.
Yeah, I didn't think he's gonna win because he never does,
Yeah.
Here's Paul Heyman with the promo. He really does look more like Alfred Hitchcock every day.
Yeah.
And that's a compliment.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Probably almost as creative as Alfred Hitchcock anyway. Not as, but maybe close.
No, honestly, with the possible exception of Bobby Heenan, I don't think there's anyone better on a mic.
Yeah, it's crazy. He's always been good, but he gets better all the time. I tell you what, I hate leaving dead air on a podcast, but man, I tell you what, Paul Heyman has a way to just trap you in, and you're.
For sure. I was just thinking the same thing.
And you believe everything the guy says. I mean, jeez.
Oh, that's funny. I didn't even realize you guys were recording this. That's funny.
Yeah, you're on the show this week on our WrestleMania.
Nice.
We'll We'll have to put out a link to all your stuff. Wait, don't tell me Brock Lesnar's up next.
I would be surprised if he wasn't on tomorrow.
They showed the card for tomorrow. I think he is on tomorrow.
Yeah, I don't know. Honestly, I was trying to avoid spoilers, so I didn't even really look at the card before the show started.
So Edge and Orton, they saying it's tomorrow on Sunday night. I guess I should start saying because people aren't going to hear it till like after the show. So tonight's Saturday that we're recording this without Bill DeMott. Bill DeMott will be on the show tomorrow, Sunday. I tell you what, I'm a big Otis fan. You know, he lives right around here.
Does he?
I saw him at Mellow Mushroom one night. It's a pizza place. For anybody who doesn't have one of those. And I didn't say anything. I didn't bother him, but he was sitting they have like a bar, and he was sitting at the bar eating pizza and you know, having a drink, and just seemed like a cool dude. Nobody was bothering him, but like he had a big smile on his face. And I thought, what a cool guy.
That's cool.
I don't know how I feel about this Fatal 5-Way elimination match they're showing a promo for right now for the women's title. This is going to be good. So right now they're showing a promo for Rhea Ripley and Charlotte Flair.
Yeah, that's going to be a hell of a match.
That could steal the whole WrestleMania. Like, that could be number one on the whole list of matches when this whole thing is said and done.
This match has potential. The Angel Garza is really good. Yeah.
I tell you what, I'm excited about the Firefly Funhouse match. I think it could either be really good or really bad.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what that even consists of. Yeah, obviously the puppets will be involved.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited. Wow, it is Lesnar versus Strowman. Right now it's 9:23 p.m. Eastern.
Surprising.
Strowman is coming out with Lesnar. They're going to have that match. That's interesting. How do you feel about what he was saying about kind of talking down to the indie wrestlers to you? How do you feel about that?
Honestly, I wasn't a fan of it for a couple reasons. First of all, I'm actually a big indie wrestling fan. You know, I follow a bunch of the indie companies. You know, and it's easy for him in the position he's in to talk about the indie guys who are hurting right now.
Yeah. So if people might just be tuning in right now, we got Jimmy's friend Mike. Mike, what's your do you want to give your full name?
Yeah, Mike DeArmas.
Cool. So how can people follow you? What's like your Twitter or whatever?
So on Twitter, I'm at Total Esports. That's actually I used to have a sports blog where I used to follow wrestling and boxing, that kind of thing. So it's at Total Esports on Twitter. And on Facebook, it's just my name, Mike DeArmas.
Oh, awesome. And I misspoke. I didn't mean to, so I said Lesnar, but it's Goldberg tonight. By the way, I'm a huge indie wrestling fan as well. I don't know if you can see my shirt, but do you remember the wrestler Sean Phoenix? Or not?
Yeah, absolutely.
Phoenix, and this is Atticus Koger, and this is their fight shirt. Mm-hmm. Huge Sean Phoenix guy. He's from Pittsburgh. He's awesome. And he sent me this shirt today, so big shout out to him. And then my buddy, he has a show you should follow too called Keyboard Warrior IRL, and he interviews all these guys, and you could win shirts and stuff from him.
Oh, cool. Yeah, I'll check that out for sure.
Go out too. So like, he's got a lot of cool guests. He had like G Raver. He had Brian Pillman Jr. I think he's on episode 5 or 6 now. So
nice.
Cool guys though. It's a cool little community to be a part of.
Yeah, I'll definitely check that out. Yeah, I got really into. I've always been into. All forms of wrestling really, but like I got really into indie wrestling about like a year and a half ago. I would say probably 2 years ago. I started going to MLW shows when they were here in Orlando at Guilt Nightclub.
Nice.
And I got really into to all the indie guys. I had a couple run-ins with MJF, and
That's awesome.
yeah.
Yeah, I've always been a huge wrestling fan. I trained. I was in the indies for a little bit. I got hurt. I was the most accident-prone wrestler ever. I remember one time I went up for a moonsault, and the guy didn't know what I was like. The guy was pretty green, so I moonsault and I see him get up, and I'm up to the second rope, and I jump down just because I'm like, well, I can't do it now. And as soon as I jumped down, I fractured my foot just from the rope down. I got a concussion by just doing a basic flat back bump one time, kind of. Like, I was always injury prone. Then I broke my back, and then I was like, yes, you can't really do it too much.
That's rough.
But still a fan. Love it. Watch it. Still my favorite thing. I support all wrestling. Indie, AEW, WWE. I don't care.
Yeah, I'm the same way. If it happens in a ring, I'm there.
Yeah, that's how I am too. And I tell you what, Goldberg looks like he's in great shape still. I mean, geez. Strowman too. Strowman looks like he's in better shape than he has been. But yeah, I'm not a big fan. You know, you can't really talk trash on people that are just up and coming trying to make it. You know, it's like
What do you mean?
opportunities you have.
Hold on, championship match.
Right now it's Goldberg and Strowman. Goldberg got 2 spears in. The match just started.
Okay, so I got my dessert and I'm back, and we're in the Goldberg Braun Strowman. What did I miss?
He missed 2 spears, and Strowman got him up for like a suplex. Third spear from Goldberg.
Well, at the moment, it's the longest match in the history of Goldberg. So
yeah, that's true. So it looks like he's just gonna. Wow, wait a minute. Never mind. Look at that.
He says Braun Strowman goes over here.
I don't think so, man. I think he might be in some hot water. Mike and I were just talking about, the hot water he might be in for the derogatory comments towards indie wrestlers.
No, Braun Strowman goes over.
I can tell you, if he does go over, he won't be champ for long.
I think Goldberg is gonna get up and get him decisively. That's just how I'm feeling. I don't know. It could go the other way. I mean, the thing is, he's a substitute. He wasn't supposed to even be in the match. That's why it's hard for me to believe that Strowman's going to win.
Here you go. New champion. 1, 2.
Wow. No way.
All right, who won? Who was right?
Wow.
Jimmy, you were right, man. That's crazy. I tell you what, though, Goldberg's shoulder is going to be hurting. Did you see he didn't land him flat? He railed his shoulder straight into the mat. So
that's surprising.
I'm super shocked right now. Braun Strowman has won the title from Goldberg. But you know what? It could have been a contractual thing. Goldberg might have look, I got stuff to do.
That's what I think.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Because he was like a transitional champ. And Strowman's not a bad guy to give it to. Yeah, he talks trash on indie wrestlers, but the guy's got the look. He's got the talent. He's got the
He is believable. He can be a champion, and I'm happy. Braun Strowman is now the Universal Champion.
I'm super excited about it. I love it. I think it's way late. I think he should have been a champ long before this, especially whenever he had the get these hands thing going. And then he started just kind of goofing him.
I mean, I was just going to say it's going to be interesting to see where they go from here. But, given the fact that they're probably going to be taking at least a couple weeks off, they really can go wherever they want with this.
Yeah, I tell you what, if we're not going to have live wrestling until August or September, which is what they're saying pretty definitively right now, I don't know. It's gonna be interesting.
You're back.
Yeah, I know. I think it was a couple days ago they announced that Money in the Bank was being canceled. So that's for sure a no-go.
Oh yeah, it's absolutely crazy.
Shout out to Menchie's and Uber Eats for delivering.
Tell us what Menchie's is, because I don't know what that is.
It's a frozen yogurt place.
Okay.
So it's it's not like healthy ice cream, caramel, Oreos, and Hershey's. Probably not good.
You know, I went to a frozen yogurt place before. It was like a bar. You put all the stuff on it.
Yeah, same thing.
Oh, cool. Frozen yogurt.
WrestleMania. So
You can't really tell it. They keep it cold?
yeah, Uber Eats like 4 minutes, 5 minutes to get here from the store.
Okay, that's not bad. Mike, how are you doing being shut in right now?
I'm doing all right. But I actually work for Advent Health here in Central Florida, so I've had a busy couple of weeks.
I hear you, man. I've been working too. I've been working like 7 days a week still through this. So I've not gotten a break. Jimmy, we know you're working too.
Yep.
And Bill right now is working on his Bill DeMont Experience show.
Okay.
Again for him. Did you see that, Mike? Bill has the Bill DeMont Experience on YouTube.
Yeah, I haven't actually had the chance to check it out yet, but I did hear about it on the podcast, I guess, from a couple weeks ago.
Oh, yeah. I'm excited to check it out. I don't know what all he's got in store because I don't know.
Here we go. Boneyard match. Is this going to be the main event?
I think it's got to be because we're 9.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think this is where you'd end it tonight.
Yeah, and I honestly, I'll go ahead and throw that out here. I know I'm going to sound like the biggest fanboy ever. I'm actually a huge Bill DeMont fan, so.
Me too. I love Bill. So you got to tune in with us where he'll be on as well. Cool. So we got Mike back. Mike, welcome back, buddy, to the show.
Thank you.
So are you seeing this right now with AJ Styles and Undertaker?
I am, yes. I think this is the most I've ever heard The Undertaker speak.
Yeah, I agree.
I agree. Now, do you think that takes away from his ambiance?
It depends on which gimmick he's going with. If it seems like he's heading a little more towards the American Badass gimmick. So if that's the case, then it's spot on.
I love how they're bleeding too. I mean, that's great because they're going through car windows, and I always hate whenever they're going through a bunch of sugar glass, and it's like you should be, cut from limb to limb, but you're not even bleeding at all. So I love that, and I tell you what, my thing on the Undertaker is he's earned the right to be whoever he wants to be.
Yeah, right.
It is crazy though that 2 years ago now, he basically put his boots in the ring like he was done. And now he's reinvented himself as a new and improved badass Undertaker coming out to Metallica. And he just – now, I wonder if Kane's going to come out because we got the OC out. And I love how it's cinematic. They're playing music and everything with it.
Yeah. This is actually a really interesting way for them to film this.
This is my favorite part of WrestleMania right now.
What?
There's a huge light on. I don't know what the heck is going on. It's like his old minions coming back to haunt him or something. This, to me, just made WrestleMania everything. I mean, this is really cool what they're doing. As a film guy, Mike, I'm a film guy, huge into cinematography, and love to see what they're doing with this right now. I love vignettes and cinematic approaches to things like this with wrestling, so this is really cool. And I tell you what, he's in great shape too.
Yeah.
How do you guys feel about the OC? I'm not really a fan. I liked him as the Bullet Club in New Japan.
I would love for Finn Balor to come up from NXT and to join the OC.
I agree with you. But yeah, I'm just not. I don't dig it, man.
I think they're underutilized.
That's the biggest problem is they're underutilized. They don't do anything. I mean, they just come out and they strong arm people, but they don't really have anything else going for them.
Well, and it's kind of a watered down version of what they were. I mean, some of the matches they had with the Kingdom in New Japan were pretty epic. So it's kind of a shame to see them doing what they're doing in the WWE.
Yeah, it's like going from Coca-Cola to putting like Aunt Jemima syrup in water trying to get the same effect. Like,
yep.
So my question in this match, right? Number one, there's no referee. How the hell do you win the match?
Is it buried alive? Because he threw him in the grave, but he didn't cover it up.
AJ Styles was in the grave,
but he didn't bury him.
I'm thinking it's like a last man standing type.
Yeah.
Like whoever walks out, like a bar fight.
Yeah. What does Bill always say? Have you ever been in a bar fight?
Yeah, well.
This is the closest thing, I think, to that you'll see in professional wrestling.
Yeah, I agree. So, Jim, you were saying that they actually built this graveyard?
Well, I understand. Yeah, I think they asked Orange County to film in the cemetery, and they're like, absolutely not. You're not going to do that. So they built I think they just got a plot of land or rented a plot of land and built the graveyard outside and then just filmed.
Yeah, I can see Orange County. What they probably must have watched the Big Boss Man in Big Show yard segment, and it's sort of like, hell no.
There's a big
Got money, AJ Styles going through that wall.
Yeah, there's a big thing of dirt on that tractor back there, so maybe there will be some kind of a buried alive.
Yeah, element there.
Yeah.
Good eye.
Oh, that'll be interesting because it's a lot easier to do in a live venue where you can have a trap door. I wonder what they would have thought of for this. Yeah,
they're gonna call cut very quickly.
Yeah. Throw them down a big straw. This is great. Great story that they're telling right now. And Undertaker, now he's getting, his.
We're unable to connect to the network right across my screen.
Oh, no way.
Oh, no.
For WWE, for us.
Oh.
WWE. I got it on my computer.
Okay, I was gonna say we're definitely recording the show right now.
Flipped off. Flipped off AJ.
Now he's kind of crawling around. Yeah, so this I think is so cool. It's probably going to end Mania for tonight, but I tell you what, it's getting me really excited to come back tomorrow.
Yeah.
What time
it's
is
actually
Sunday?
It's very reminiscent of the Broken Universe that they were doing at Impact Wrestling.
That's exactly what I thought. Like, for as much as Vince didn't want to use Matt Hardy in the Broken Universe, they sure are, bringing back the what did they call it? The not the compact, the compound.
The compound, yeah.
Very Matt Hardy compound-esque.
Yeah. And yeah, you're right. Look, they got that dirt ready. Oh, that's going to suck if Taker – but what would be cool is if, like, in a very horror-like fashion, right, Undertaker goes down, he gets buried alive, and then you see a fist come out of the dirt. Now, that'd be cool.
Like they did that in the first Buried Alive match?
Yeah, exactly. With with Taker's hand coming out. That was really cool.
I wonder, it's possible, though, that there might be a second part to this tomorrow night.
That's true too. Or, you know, there was rumor that Kane was going to come out and be a part of this. Just like how it was before, so we'll see. I don't know. Start this thing up.
Showing you I'm sorry, go ahead.
Oh, no, I was saying AJ said he's going to start it up, the tractor. He's not putting
kind of showing you a different version of AJ Styles, too.
Oh, shoot. Do you see that?
Wow.
Taker appearing behind him. That is amazing. Because now you just mixed like the badass with the super, paranormal Taker.
Yeah.
So that's cool, and I love the lights coming up behind him like that. That is awesome. Yeah, this is the most creative WWE has gotten in years, in my opinion. Years. Because the last time they tried something like this, we got Bray Wyatt and Randy Orton in that crap show of a match. It made no sense. They basically rented a house and just destroyed it that was already pretty much dilapidated. So it's nice to see that somebody got creative. Jimmy, I can't – I think you're breaking up.
Oh, Mike?
No, you.
I'm not saying – I didn't say anything.
Oh, okay. You're good then.
Yeah, I'm just watching a match.
Oh, okay. That's why you're kind of frozen on here. Wow.
Oh, wow.
Now I'm getting images of the Walking Dead season 2 finale where the barn goes up and they all have to escape.
Oh,
I'm sorry, but if anybody has a problem with this match, I don't know. You got to go back and consider some things because this is
fantastic.
One of the best. It's just, to me, in my opinion, is the best thing WWE has done in years. Yeah, I'm very interested to see what Mr. Bill DeMont says tomorrow night on this.
I think this is extremely creative.
And it's long, too. Like, it wasn't just a quick throwaway to get to an ending of a segment like we've seen a lot tonight. Yeah. And for all the poor endings they had tonight, they really did a good job. Bill can't hate this too much. He did have the epic what was it? Where was he at? That was great.
Ooh. That's a tough bump.
Yeah, it's a huge bump. But he had the junkyard brawl, Mr. Bill DeMont, back
in
94-95, so he can't get too mad at this.
Funny enough, I actually just watched that again a couple of days ago.
You hear what he said about that?
Yeah, that they were going through real glass and stuff like that.
Yeah,
that's pretty crazy.
Beat to hell and back.
He actually, the Undertaker had a really good interview on the Broken Skull sessions with Stone Cold Steve Austin.
I love that. So he just threw AJ Styles off the barn, through, it looks like a wooden pallet set, and we're just getting started here.
There's a casket in the background there. Do you see that?
Yeah. This is why The Undertaker is so legendary. His badass character is – let me help you out here, he says, as he's carrying him. Wow, he says, you won't last as long as I did. He's so good in that role.
just toying with him at this point.
He's so comfortable in that role. Yeah, he has me believing that he's really like this.
Almost like, I see the Undertaker as a almost like a horror villain.
Yeah, that's exactly
Yeah.
exactly what I was thinking. Almost very psycho. Yeah, I mean, it's wow. Also, I don't know if you guys knew, but the song that he picked for tonight was Metallica's "Now That We're Dead." I just thought that was cool too. This is great. This is the best.
Wow.
This almost makes me glad they canceled Mania because we've not gotten something this masterful from being there, obviously. Please tell me he's going to turn on the lights for the tractor, though, just for safety. Well, I guess not. And there he goes. He has just buried AJ Styles alive.
Wow.
That's amazing. And that is creepy as hell.
Oh, that's totally going to have AJ Styles' name on it.
Yeah.
Wow. Good.
I'm behind, so don't say anything.
How far behind
Say
are
it
you?
again? Oh, I'm
AJ
sorry.
Styles.
1977 to 2020. Buried alive. We got the hand coming out. I did call that.
Not quite like you called it.
Not quite like I called it, you know.
He's just going to ride away like it never happened.
Just like you got into a bar fight. Yes. The fist went up, American Badass style.
Yeah, the old school Taker symbol.
Oh, that's awesome.
Now that we're dead, playing him off. You can't beat that.
That was no pun intended, but that was phenomenal.
That was phenomenal. And tomorrow it's 7 o'clock. So guys, be back tomorrow at 7 o'clock for.
Listen, I gotta tell you, that was great. That was a great. I'm excited now to see the Fiend and John Cena and what they're gonna do in that match. Because they're supposed to be similar systematically.
Yeah, that's going to be hard to top, though.
Man, I have for a WrestleMania with no crowd. I have goosebumps.
Yeah.
That was a really good night one. But you know what? Could we go another 2 hours, 3 hours? If you had to try to cram it all in at once, bro, no way. This was perfect.
Yeah, I agree. I think the timing was right. The amount of time, the allotted time was right that they gave us tonight. The way they ended, there was some spottiness in between. But no, this isn't. What we're seeing now is the Chronicles. Yeah, so they're showing Drew McIntyre for tomorrow night. Obviously, I think tomorrow night's going to end with him beating Lesnar for the title. What do you guys think?
Yeah,
I would
absolutely.
agree.
I think Drew takes the title from Brock.
Yeah, I would agree.
I think.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
I thought you said something.
I was going to say, to kind of wrap up this portion of the podcast, night one of the show, give me your full takeaways.
Different. Different is a good word to describe it. I think some early on, some issues with some finishes that were a little hokey that I would like to not see for WrestleMania.
Sure, definitely.
Okay, other than The Undertaker, AJ Styles, I'm going to go ahead and say match of the night, on my opinion, the Magic to Wrestling podcast, it has got to be the women's tag team match. I think Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross and the Kabuki Warriors, they tore the house down. I thought it was great. Great tag match. Great match. Okay. Very happy. Spot of the night has to go to Owens, off the WrestleMania sign. And then they brought it home with the Undertaker match. I think underwhelming, and I hate to say this because I love her. I think Becky Lynch, Shayna Baszler was underwhelming.
Yeah. Okay, what's your surprise
Not as impressed.
What's your surprise of the night? It can't be Undertaker coming out as the badass because we kind of knew that. Would it have been the title switch? Would it have been?
Mike, what do you got? I'm drawing a blank.
To be honest with you, as far as surprise of the night, and this technically was on the kickoff show, but the surprise of the night to me was actually how well the Drew Gulak fight went off.
Yeah,
I'll take that.
My surprise of the night was going to be is the title switch, Braun Strowman winning.
Wait, if only somebody mentioned that to you on a podcast recently.
You called it. I know. All right, Mike.
Somebody else said, they're not going to give the title to Braun. And
I'll be honest with you. I had seen a couple of pictures with Strowman holding the title, and I honestly thought they were releasing that as just a swerve. I really didn't expect him to win that title.
Yeah,
I did. I think that Goldberg came on for a limited time. Somebody like Goldberg that has so many other different ventures, I don't think you can hold him. No money talks. But it would be different if I think that we knew this was going to end in a week, a day, a month. You know what I mean? And can we get you for like 2 more dates, right? You'll put him over, give him the title. Let's get it. We'll get it off of you first thing in May. But if what you're saying is true, and today we may not have live entertainment, live sports until September, you can't hold Goldberg as a Universal title until September.
No, I agree.
Put it on somebody to transition until it gets back to Roman Reigns. Yes. And that person is Braun Strowman.
Mike, give us your recap of the night.
Overall, I was happy with the night in general. It was a little odd to have so many silent moments for such a big show. But in general, I thought it went off really well. The ladder match, I would say, was probably second only to the Undertaker AJ Styles. The ladder match was probably my second favorite match of the night.
Fair call. I give tonight about a 6.5 out of 10. To me, the best match was the women's tag match. The most underwhelming, again, was Becky and Shayna Baszler. I don't know what they were thinking there. It was like they had no ambition to actually try to have like the WrestleMania steal the show kind of thing, which what they should have done because they had one of the hottest angles coming into it. So I give it a 6.5 out of 10 overall. Honestly, most of that comes from the Undertaker match, though, which that might be match of the year for me. It might be just WWE of the year for me segment.
Yeah, I think it was definitely different. It was fresh. I liked it. Very hearty compound feel. I'm good with it.
Yep. So
I'm excited for tomorrow. Tomorrow we got Charlotte versus Rhea Ripley. We have the women's 5-way title match. We have Otis and Dolph Ziggler. We have John Cena and The Fiend. I am looking forward to that. We have Drew and Brock. What else? Which one?
The women's 5-way for the title.
Covered that one. Yep.
What else do we have?
Mike, anything on that?
I don't know if this is it could end up being a spoiler. It could just be an out of the box prediction on my part. But I'm looking to Sasha Banks to have a big night tomorrow.
You think? She's due for one.
She is due for one. I'm gonna go with. That's tough. That's so tough. Yeah, I think that you're gonna have a Sasha win. I think Sasha's gonna pick it up, and I think she's gonna cost Bayley the match. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say Bayley's gonna have it won. Sasha's gonna toss Bayley out of the ring to make the cover. I'll say that Tamina maybe takes the pin tomorrow night.
That's good. Yeah, I think it'd be really foolish to not do something now different with Bayley and Sasha, because they are both very old and tired at this point. To me, in my opinion, they got it just and they're so good they could easily fix it, but they got to fix it soon.
Yeah, I agree.
So tomorrow night, 7 p.m. Good. You see his toy? Brings it in every week now.
So, Bill, what did you think of Night 1 Mania?
Wait, first you got to bring us in with welcome to the second night.
Oh, he's not even like, look at him.
Yeah, you got to
Welcome to the second night of WrestleMania 36, live from the not live, pre-recorded from the Orlando Performance Center.
That was good. I like that.
No, that was rotten.
We're gonna edit it down anyway. It's just gonna be clips.
See, that's the problem with you kids. You kids treat it like we'll just edit it later. In my day, everything was live.
All the way live.
One shot to Ma, right?
You kids with this, he'll edit it. That's his job.
Yeah. Well, we got to give him something. So the guest coming in with us a little bit. We opened up the podcast. That was a nice elbow drop. The podcast for people to kind of watch along. And my buddy Mike DeArmas is going to jump in a little bit. He came in with us last night.
He took it over for you, Bill.
Knowledgeable, good wrestling fan. Had a lot of good insight and a lot of good commentary about WrestleMania. But back to my question, what did you think of WrestleMania Night 1?
I thought it was good.
Yeah, I was fairly impressed. What was your standout match of the night?
Bill, what was my standout match? Yeah. The ladder match was good.
Ladder match was good. I wasn't big on the finish. I thought it was.
I did not like the finish of the ladder match. Not for WrestleMania.
But let me ask you this. Why didn't you like the finish? Because there was no pyro and there was no jumping up and down. There was no screaming. There was no.
No, because I feel like WrestleMania is when you end the feuds. Right? It's the culmination of the year's worth of storytelling.
Morrison hasn't been there a year.
I know, but I think that. But last night it ended in at least the ladder match in such a hokey way that there was no closure to that feud.
It was like an accidental pull off of the titles.
Yeah, it felt like a ending to a normal pay-per-view. This is WrestleMania. You're going to win the tag titles. You stand there and you win the damn tag titles. You know what I mean? I think it was too normal pay-per-view, to be show for WrestleMania. Good match. Love the match outside of the finish.
Then you got Kofi and the Uso fighting over the darn hanger that the thing was on. Like, that was some kind of a something.
It was a little comical.
But what'd you think? You didn't have a problem with the ending? I mean, you're the expert.
I had no problem with it.
Okay.
I had no problem with veterans going in an empty warehouse
With the oscillating fans
in their own minds telling a story, and then physically everybody telling the same story. I think it's just me. I say it all the time. The last thing I'm doing is criticizing how the finish was.
True.
And we're critiquing it. I just watched it for what it was. That was a hell of a match.
It was a hell of a match.
What happened to the totality of circumstances? You put everything into the totality of circumstances, and if the last thing you're talking about is why are those two guys looking at the hanger the belts were on, then you weren't engaged in the match and you're watching it for the wrong reason anyway. That's just my opinion.
My words against me. That's
yes,
good.
I am. Yes.
The totality of circumstances. I love it. Hey, Maury, did Crystal put the link online?
No. Were we inviting other people?
No, we were going to just keep it a closed circuit tonight with us four. Like, you could invite Mike.
Mike, I just need the link. Oh, you know what? I have the email.
Yeah, I sent you the email for it. I tell you what, my standout match, other than the Undertaker match, was the women's tag title match that opened up with Asuka. Oh my!
I'll tell you what, that Nikki Cross is something else.
I know.
She's great.
I thought they did a great job. The energy. That's what we were sitting watching, and I have a house full of people that could really tear a wrestling match apart.
Sure.
And we sat here and like Casey's not a big sports, not any kind of sports, but come Mania time, she'll watch it. And I mean, we sat there.
Hey, sports.
We sat there the whole night and watched it. I thought you could never question the understanding of people that have. Casey said it last night, and I agree with her. They put the right people in that show last night.
I agree.
I wasn't a fan. Like if I'm looking, I'm going, I wasn't a fan of this, and this. Or I'm going, wow, look what they did with what they had, because I choose to look at it as what did they plan on doing? What did these guys and girls have on their minds for months? What is their mental portrait? What has their physical training been doing? All these things. And I take a Daniel Bryan, and then you go, okay, now what can I actually do
in an empty arena
and tell my story? And those guys, I mean, everybody top to bottom, the thing I loved the most was the physicality. Everybody knew that everything they did had to be 100% believable. And that's why I say at the end of the day, who shivs a git, who's looking at the hanger, and who's laying on his back with the things, and who cares if this, that, and the other. The fact that they were working that hard, and just to put an icing on it, was they finished that night, and then they come out and they start with Rhea Ripley and Charlotte.
That was a match. They stole. I mean,
come on.
But that is a great match so far. This match I'm looking forward to right here. Edge, Randy Orton. This, I think, is going to be the moneymaker tonight. Mike, I want you to meet Bill. Bill, meet my buddy Mike. If you could see him, he's got a grin ear to ear.
He's a big fan of yours.
How you doing, man?
I really am, man. It's a pleasure to meet you, man. I can't even talk right now, but I'm a big fan of yours.
Oh, thanks, brother.
So he is.
Is that Detroit behind you?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, WrestleMania 3.
Yeah.
So to set the bar, it was supposed to be Mike, Jimmy, me, and our girls going to WrestleMania this year. Obviously, that didn't happen. And we wanted to try to figure out a way to kidnap you, Bill, and take you. But we knew that wasn't going to happen. And now we're all watching the darn thing together anyway. So there you go.
Bill, next time, just make life easy. And, well, next year, because next year it's in California. Frank's not going because Frank doesn't fly.
Bill doesn't go to wrestling shows.
You went one.
Both of those things, but not alone. So
Bill doesn't go to wrestling shows.
I tell you what, I will say this for tonight. or just so far, I think the match that hurt me the most, like that I felt every hit and bump, was the Charlotte and Rhea Ripley.
Hey, I got money. I put money on any one of those girls against half the people I know.
Man, that was a show stealer.
Give me Ripley and Flair against Owens and Rollins.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, I was texting Mike, though, who's still grinning because he's like, oh, my God, right there. Just so you know, Bill, I'll get random text messages from this guy who's watching old Nitros, or he's taking pictures of you. Hey, look who's on TV.
I'll be right back.
That was terrible.
Be right back.
I really do, man. I can't even deny it. Like I'll just randomly text them and be like, oh crap, look, there's Hugh Morris.
That guy stunk on ice, man.
Listen, we got to go to lunch one day, the three of us.
Okay.
This year.
Cool.
He doesn't live that far from me. He's in on the east side of town.
Good.
So I'll tell you, Mike made a good point. I was texting Mike here about Charlotte going over Rhea, and man, there's something about that entrance right there. You know, when you're watching this at home, where Edge just came out, you know, this is his match. You know, qualify the Rumble as his first, you know, in 9 years. This is going to be a brutal physical match. This is my money on the match that is going to steal the night. This is going to be your memorable match of the evening, I think.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys have seen it or not. I actually watched it earlier today, but they did one of those WWE 24s on Edge. It was fantastic.
Yeah.
Nobody puts a package together better than WWE. Yeah. Nobody could tell us that they could take my son and do a package on him, and you'd think he'd been wrestling for 100 years and killed the world. You know, they're awesome at what they do. Yeah, this has my vote of match of the weekend.
We didn't hear that.
Right, that's the difference. Hey, does Maury understand we're on a show?
No.
Like, I see a big red light that says recording, and this is as much dead air time as Anne Frank's last interview. I mean, this is absurd. Is that too much, Case?
Yes,
absolutely. What did the moral compass say?
Casey said that was too much.
I laughed.
It made me laugh.
Listen, so
I guess that doesn't say much about us, though.
Oh, out of nowhere! You see that, Mike?
Yeah.
Maury. I don't know. They're watching TV. They're not even doing a podcast. I'm getting off.
I'm calling Maury. Where the fuck are you?
I told you earlier, Mike, you're included in this now, too, you dumbass.
Hey, Mike, Hugh Moore just called you a dumbass. Welcome to the club.
Yeah, welcome. We get that like 4 or 5 times a night. So
no, you get it when you're telling me we're going to do a podcast during WrestleMania when I know you two hockey pucks are watching the show and you're not going to talk about nothing.
We're going to talk about the show as it goes on.
It's been recording for 5 minutes and nobody said a word. You walked out.
You guys weren't keeping it going.
No one said a word.
You know how much cutting I got to do? Okay.
Boy, you're the glue.
Here's what happened.
Holds us together.
A friend just came up to my door, right? That's why I wasn't here.
Wait, hold on.
Yeah.
Don't give us a bullshit of lies. Hey, your friends are right here on this recording.
That's all I got.
No, hey.
Okay, so somebody came up. Came up, and he goes, "Hey," he hands me a box, and then it was to ask me if I'd be a groomsman in his wedding. So it was kind of cool. So
he violated social distance, is what you're saying?
He left it on the porch. I had to get it. That's why I put it.
Did you say yeah?
I'm thinking about it. Of course, I said yeah. Okay, so really, the big important thing right now, though, is we got Edge and Orton in a grudge match. This is one of the main storylines going into Mania because they didn't really have a whole lot in the way of storylines. This is great. Also, how do you guys feel? We talked about this last night. I love that there's not empty chairs out there tonight. Like,
Oh, why would you do that? Yeah, that's all smart.
So I think this is great. These guys are going to tear it down. Orton, obviously great as usual. I loved Rated RKO too. So this is really cool that they bring in the grudge match back. Edge is looking great.
That's a kind of a weird angle. What was that? So now, Bill, let me ask you a question for somebody who's, out of the four of us, the only one that's actually ever been there. Where are they in the Performance Center? Just kind of put that in perspective.
Right by the main entrance now.
Okay. So did they have to do a lot of work to get that?
Is that the main entrance right there?
Yeah, that's the lockers going into the weight room now.
Oh, wow.
Now, why is the referee counting to 10?
I think
The last man standing match. So Edge has to get to his feet within 10 seconds.
I understood that, but I figured I'd give you guys something to talk about.
Okay.
I love how you're schooling Bill DeMont on what
Yeah,
else.
I figured since no one's talking about it, let me throw it in there a different way.
So they're in the weight room now. So, Bill, what were your thoughts on the Boneyard match yesterday?
What boneyard?
AJ Styles and The Undertaker.
Yeah, I thought it was good. I thought they did a better job with what they had than they thought.
Yeah.
I don't
That's
know
blowing up on social media.
I don't know what they thought they had, but
Well, a big thing is like, for me, like I said, I thought it was one of the best things they've done in over a decade. I thought it was amazing because they put a cinematic approach to a match, kind of like a Hardy compound match is what a lot of people like. I said it here last night for sure. I loved it. I thought, wow, how creative they got with that, which makes me excited for the Firefly Funhouse tonight.
which they're going to go down the same road.
Yeah.
Which I think that match had a little bit of a black cloud over it, and that black cloud being John Cena. And I'm a Cena fan. I like Cena, but I think that the vast majority of people or fans, at least male fans, don't like Cena. And I think, the Fiend is so over, everybody wants to see him get demolished. And I think, though that's probably going to happen, doing it in that same storytelling, cinematic way is going to elevate that match to something that's going to be very memorable.
Also,
honestly, I'm sorry, Bill, go ahead.
No, good.
I was just going to say, at this point, they really have nothing to lose because, in my opinion, the Fiend kind of lost some of his mystique when he lost in Saudi Arabia. So it'll be interesting to see if they can get some of that back.
I think tonight they will. I think they can. Hey, speaking of the Fiend and Saudi Arabia, who beat them in Saudi Arabia? Who beat the Fiend? And
I'm pretty sure that was Goldberg.
Goldberg beat. Oh, okay. And I was just curious because if we listened to the last podcast, didn't one of us say that Braun Strowman goes over Goldberg at WrestleMania? And there was another guy that said they're not gonna give the belt.
Yeah.
No, he's not getting up being right on that. He's laying it in all night.
So what you're saying is he had a 50-50 chance and he picked heads?
Exactly. But he takes it as like he was like some kind of Rain Man and did some kind of mathematical.
Oh, no. He's a wrestling historian. Look at him. He's watching Edge. Edge and Orton are going to have the match of all time. And what's the question to me? Hey, Bill, where are they at in the Performance Center right now?
So I tell you what, this is pretty cool. I'm loving this last man standing match. Edge is super intense right now, which they both look great. Bill, how do you like seeing Edge back right now in this?
I thought it's okay. I think it's okay. I think it'll remind people of who Randy Orton is.
Yeah.
I think Randy needs that. Unfortunately, Randy needs that caliber of talent. He rises to the occasion with that caliber of talent. Not that he doesn't work hard all the time. But we haven't seen Randy, in a consistent role in a long time.
Yeah.
And so to have him out here for that long, it's just, good.
Yeah, I agree.
But now, see, I'm curious to why nobody has a problem with Randy sitting in an office chair, but you guys jump all over Uso and Kofi for holding on to the thing that lost the belts.
No,
Some would say that's equally goofy.
No, because
honestly, I get it's last man standing. For me, I kind of wish they would start to move away from the weight area. I
like them using the weights. Look at what the Edge just did. That's nothing you can do.
Well, I can't do it up like that.
I mean, I know Randy, but the chair had a reason to be there.
He's got the sled.
So did the hanger of the belts.
Yeah, but yeah, I get it, but
my only hang-up was they were fighting over the hanger after the belts were off it.
Oh, I would have liked to see a spear right there. That would have been nice.
Well, what was funny about the ladder match too is that generally, and I mean, I know all three of them are holding it, but generally when you unhook it, the match is over. So it didn't really make sense as to why the match ended when what's his name? When Morrison pulled the belt off.
Yeah, in years past, if you look at some of the Money in the Banks, they unhook it. And John Cena, there's a famous one with him holding the two belts, and he's a clip, right?
Clip, yeah.
What is that? That was against Randy Orton, I think, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, but initially Morrison had both belts and fell. Unfortunately for him, the impact of the ladder made him drop them both.
No. The hanger itself.
No,
usually
the
hanger off.
No, they tilted the hanger.
Right, but what I'm saying is whoever took the hanger off in ladder matches of the past have been declared the winner.
Yeah.
So the fact that all of them took it off.
But only one came away with the belts.
One came away with the belts.
Oh, and if you guys missed that, Randy just threw a sled at Edge, a weight sled, and missed, thankfully. I feel like...
Thanks, Maury. It's not like I'm on a delay or anything.
Are you on a delay?
I just saw him through the sled at Edge, and he missed right as you were telling me. If you missed that, Randy Orton just threw a sled at Edge.
You're on like a 15-second delay. I didn't know that. Thanks for telling us beforehand.
Yeah, Edge has Randy in a headlock, and he's walking over to the squat rack and just threw him on a thing.
Yeah, I saw that a couple seconds ago. Wow,
yeah.
Future. Bill, where are you at? Like, where are you and Mike at?
I'm in the Bahamas right now. This is so far outside my wheelhouse.
Bill's in the mansion right now.
You guys are commentating, and I'm listening to the guys commentating, and everybody's watching the same thing, except Jimmy's on his phone.
I'm checking spoilers and stuff.
He's getting...
Do you understand that's not watching wrestling?
I'm watching.
Bill, somebody who's 15 seconds ahead is giving him a second by second.
How do you go to spoilers? That's like you're the guy who watches everything on YouTube on the way to the movies.
Yeah.
So how can you
Bill,
how can you two sit in those mansions and tell me you're wrestling fans when you're doing all this other shit?
I'm not doing anything. I'm watching. I'm holding the show together here.
Which is my point of you cannot watch and do a podcast about wrestling at the same time.
Well, we could stop recording and do a recap.
Oh my God! So
keep this is gold. Keep this shit rolling.
Gold right here. This year, this is Butch. This is the money. My 11-year-old son is shaking his head in disgust. Why is this gold? Because it's a red light?
What's that?
No, I was going to ask where they are at the performance center. I know where they're at. It's okay. They're by the big courts.
Wherever they were, Randy didn't want to be there. He left.
Yeah.
And here comes Otis.
Mandy Rose.
He might be kissing somebody else tonight. We'll see.
It's unbelievable, isn't it? Look, you got my whole family crazy.
Why? What's wrong?
We got all the DeMonts mad, Jimmy.
They're listening to you try to do this show.
Yeah. They know I'm right.
They know you're right. Well, in the interest of dead air here,
I'm gonna.
We're we're gonna edit this down, and it'll be a good recap show. So, Bill, we were talking
You
yesterday
know
about.
what you're doing. You're just starting conversations. Just look at you.
I'm throwing shit against the wall. See what's
Go
there.
ahead. Go ahead.
Okay.
It's
So we talked about last night, the Boneyard match. We talked about the realism of it felt like a bar fight, and we used your analogy of, have you ever been in a bar fight?
Right.
Tonight, that match felt like a bar fight. What's your thoughts?
Yeah. I mean, it was punching and kicking. It was, listen, what is AJ going to do? Hurricane Rana's and Taker going to catch him?
Yeah, right.
I mean, it worked out. I think it worked out in everybody's favor that they had an opportunity to do that. And I think that was a pretty good hats off to them. And I haven't read anything today or anything. Sundays are mostly family days, but I haven't read any stories. But I'm sure there's going to be someone go, oh, it should have been this, it should have been that. And that's why I say respectfully and at the same time, very, meaningful. Like, you watch it for the wrong reason. If you can pull something wrong with that. Like, if you went into this wrestling, like Gary Miller, Frank.
Yeah.
I love Gary Miller.
Of course.
Gary Miller tore last night apart. Worst wrestling in the history of the thing. Oh, let's see if night two's any better. You're not a wrestling fan.
no.
Because Gary Miller takes part in wrestling shows that are absolutely the drizzling shits. So to sit there and to criticize and pull apart and say it's the worst thing ever, everyone, until you've been in their shoes, no one will ever understand what it took last night and tonight to do what they're doing.
Bill, I want you to do me a favor. If you get a chance, go on my Facebook. Mike wrote a great article about how good WrestleMania was last night. Right?
Yeah.
Everybody laid it on, put their hearts and souls into making the best of a shitty situation. And I think that, it had some low points, it had some high points, but overall, it's still WrestleMania. And I'm going to backtrack on my words, what I said last week. When I said, I feel like there should be an asterisk next to this WrestleMania because it's not really WrestleMania. I'm coming back, because I got those butterflies yesterday. I got the butterflies tonight. I got it's WrestleMania. There's that electricity, even though it's an empty arena, the electricity of WrestleMania is still in the air.
Yeah.
Guys are laying it on the line. And Mike basically kind of summed that up into words. Great article. Definitely read it if you get a chance, Bill.
Potentially 200 million people watching this. To Lacey's point, there's no hockey game. There ain't no golf game. There ain't no NBA. There's no Major League Baseball. There ain't no Pro Bowlers Tour. The World Poker Tour ain't together.
That's true.
No, there's not a sporting event in the world, and everybody's got to watch this on TV.
Yeah, this is all.
I don't care, and half the people know, and let's be honest, half the people that watch this aren't wrestling fans anyway. It just gives them something to talk about. They're hoping to see a Cena, or they're hoping to see something like a Rock, or at the time when the Bellas were in Total Divas, or people don't care about wrestling.
Yep.
But the thing that burns me is true wrestling fans should be watching this thing going, son of a bitch.
Yeah.
They literally pulled off the impossible.
Hey.
I mean, how you
Believability. They put the right people. Now, don't get me wrong. I think there was if you wanted to sit there and go, I don't know. But that's not for me to say.
Yeah.
They didn't call and ask me what my thoughts were. It just said if you're a fan of it, we're gonna put on a show.
And I dare anybody else. No disrespect. ROH, Impact Wrestling, MLW, all these other W's, AEW, all these other things to keep putting on shows like this at this caliber. Yep.
I defy anybody to do it.
I don't think there's any, for as much as like as a fan, I cut up on WWE for some of their decisions they make. I will say this: I don't think there's any sports organization, any wrestling organization, or any entertainment aspect out there that could have done what they did.
All right. Do you think that's what they wanted for Gronk?
No.
No, but they put their best foot forward. They say, hey, here's a guy who's never even been in this situation.
Yeah.
And he's got it. But here's what I liked about everything and whatever I'm missing right now is nobody is playing wrestler.
Yeah.
Rhea Ripley came out tonight. That kid came out and just had at it. I thought
I think Corbin played wrestler yesterday a little bit.
I thought Becky, the physicality makes up for everything else.
Yeah.
Good.
Mike, how you feeling about the last man standing match right now?
Overall, I think it's a great match so far. If nothing else, it's kind of giving you some different perspectives as to, different locations, and it's not all just in the ring with no reactions.
Yeah.
Now, is that where they keep all of? Is that where they keep like all of the old sets and stuff like that? Because I see Listen, Bill, you have the answers, and we need to know.
It's WrestleMania. They want to know about the Performance Center.
Well,
I will actually, if I can ask a question. I feel weird calling you Bill. I feel like I should be calling you Mr. DeMott or something.
No, just don't.
But
if you call me shithead, we got a problem.
But I did want to ask you, like, and we keep going back to the Boneyard match, but like, how important do you feel? Like, I feel like the Undertaker is constantly reinventing himself. How important do you feel that is to the longevity that he's had?
I think this is the final branch on the tree, right? And I think I've always gone by what my family thought because they've been around it. They've seen me do these things, so they're smarter than the average fan. And the first thing my daughter said was, I haven't heard Taker say that much in a long time.
Yeah.
That's it. You can't go back from there. So now he's the American Badass or whatever, whatever the case is. I think it was a safe rendition of Taker last night because I don't think he could have came out as Graveyard Taker.
That would have been hokey.
Yeah. I think that would have made it really, and that's why I said, what a job and what a constant 24 hours before everything. Let's look at it again. Where are we at? What's going to make? Same thing with Goldberg. Same thing, with all those things because I'm pretty sure that was not the match they had planned.
No, of course not.
Whether the finish is the same or not, it's not the match they had planned. So I'm pretty sure from where they started with Taker and AJ to where they wound up, I think that was the best version. To me, I think this is the last version of Taker you'll see.
Yeah. Is that?
I wouldn't want to see him go back to the other stuff.
Not at this point. I feel you've gone too far to go back.
And these people don't get it. This generation stuff don't get it, and they don't appreciate there's a history to that,
Yeah, my thing is, like, unless you're Mick Foley, just don't jump around between gimmicks. If you want to go the American Badass route, I'll support you 100%, but don't next week come back out is the death.
And I think that was the best move was the American Badass in that.
That's where his personality comes out.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Bill, Taker personally, and I've obviously never met the guy. Just listening to him on the Broken Skull podcast, which I think was great. I feel like that is Mark Calloway. I think that's probably the closest version of him that there is, right?
Yeah. Yeah. That's I think that's where he's most at home.
And the last man standing match still going on strong. They're killing it. Orton is
They're tearing this house down. This is I think WrestleMania moment.
Why?
Just the physicality in this match. First of all, I think there's not a wrestling fan in the world who's not invested into the story. And this physicality is just amazing, and they're doing a great job. I love it. I love this match.
My hope I think the best thing that could come from this is the fan perspective now, not thinking, okay, every single thing, no matter what it is fake piece of crap. No, these guys are gladiators, they're brawlers, and I hope that's what people.
I think the girls set the tone.
Yeah.
Oh my
time.
God. I mean, to me, Carrie Steen stole the show last night. She killed it with the tag match. Asuka too. I mean, they all did great.
Yeah.
But just how physical they are. You're right. I was physically hurt whenever I was done watching the Ripley and Flair match.
What I appreciated from Flair and Ripley was they didn't stop necessarily. I say talking, but they were going at it verbally as well as physically the whole time.
Yeah, talking trash.
If you've never been an athlete or never been in that situation, I dare you to try and talk while you're blown up, or trying to get through that. And they went 40 minutes.
It was a long match, yeah.
So just the fact that they stayed there in it the whole time, and the same thing with I like the way that the Owens Rollins came back and Owens said, "No, you're not leaving it that way." And while a lot of people went, "Oh, that's a bunch of crap, it looks so hokey," that's the story. And I thought it was really good they came back to it. It was almost like that 5 more minutes,
Yes, because I was pissed. Maury will tell you last night I was pissed. I'm like, you cannot have a DQ finish at WrestleMania. That's bullshit. And then they did, and I'm like, I'm sucked right back in, right?
But why can't you have a DQ finish at WrestleMania?
It is just my opinion. It's my opinion. It's the showcase of the immortals, right? The grand.
Okay, so when this match is over, you want a winner.
Yes.
And the loser's done.
Yes.
So you're okay with that?
I want the winner to stand tall at WrestleMania. I don't want the winner to
In this match.
Yes.
You want a winner.
Yes.
And the loser goes home.
Yes.
You're okay with that?
Yes.
That's all you wanted out of this match.
Okay, don't say anything. I'm now watching Edge climb, or he's going to climb the ladder. Randy Orton's on the table. I don't know if I'm behind you or not. I don't know what's already happened. Please.
Might have caught up with me.
Edge is almost at the top of the ladder now.
Yeah, it's all even. Cinematography, shoot from below.
That's it. Make it look even bigger. Oh.
Through the table.
So I love that spot with Edge coming off the table, or off the, what is that? Some kind of fencing cage from top onto Orton. So that was great. Bill, how do you feel about the 2-night Mania thing? Do you like it being 2 nights? How do you feel?
I everything you're doing with this is, to me, is good. If they would decide to do it one night all the way through, I'll be honest, I don't think I could sit and watch 7 hours of TV like that. But I think 2 nights, it gives the people something to. Hey, it gave people a Sunday.
Yeah.
That's just the way I look at it, man. I look at it. I don't have to be a fan of this business. I just love the business, but I don't have to be a fan. But if you can watch it and go, okay, I get 2 days out of this, so let me see what it is. But then again, tomorrow when I wake up, I'm not going to be sitting there going, man, that thing that really sucked. How dare they do that and make me watch that? And that's not where I'm at. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think 2 days, freaking awesome. Who else would have pulled this off?
Nobody. I love it.
And a lot of people are going, oh, it's taped anyway. Don't watch it.
Doesn't matter. This now I understand
It doesn't feel taped.
that situation, but this is the first taped show in years where I've not seen any major spoilers at all.
Yeah, they kept that under lock and key.
And I'm glad. You know what though? I'm glad they did. I'm glad they kept it under lock and key because it's WrestleMania. I don't want to know. I want to feel the excitement of WrestleMania live.
And the fact that most
come on. We're all intelligent. Most of us have been to Thailand.
Some of us remember.
Some of us remember being there. How is it that after 100 years in this business, that no spoilers got out this week? How is it?
What I understand, what the rumor mill is, we're like basically threatened with their job.
How is it?
They only have to know
who are the only people in the ring? Who are the only people in the building? All jabronis, all schmeckles, all doomcuffs were outsiders, and they weren't allowed in. So then you finally get a bunch of professionals who are supposed to be professionals, kept it professional.
Yep.
Whether they feared for the G, call it whatever you want, but everybody was out of it. So you had no little worms, little production people, little things that didn't belong there going, You didn't have other wrestlers in there that shouldn't have been there.
Yep. No families.
They don't understand the game. You didn't have family members and aunts and uncles and cousins and sisters and all these other things. And finally, wrestling was wrestling. That's my take.
Yeah.
So Edge is on top of the pickup truck right now.
I'll tell you when to count. Orton is such a great heel.
Oh, I don't like setting him up for the vintage. DDT. Now, Bill, let me ask you a question, right? From the referee's perspective at this point, but a match like this, right, with Edge, with his, surgically infused neck, how important is the referee's job in a match like this brutal with these performers?
Oh, what do you mean? How important?
I'm just like, what's going through the mind of the referee at this point?
Is referee ain't doing nothing.
What's it say?
The referee, you just fought in a weight room. You just fought in all these other places. If your neck's not hurt by now, that DDT ain't doing nothing to you. That referee ain't doing nothing. That referee's going to carry off the loser. He's just there to count 10.
I'd say
and to look worried.
I think the finish is going to come here.
Yeah, I think so as well.
Edge is climbing to the top of the truck. Orton is sadistically laughing at him.
Mike, is this your truck?
Wait a minute. He can't climb to the top of a truck. He just got DDT. What a bunch of crap this is. This independent shit. This is not believable at all.
And everybody, super fan Bill DeMont is here with us tonight, who is appalled by these egregious actions.
Well, honestly, it's a valid point, though, because, I mean, the time was where nobody got up from a DDT, so...
So, Mark, I'm sitting here with two other guys that crucify this every other week, but tonight, that's so awesome!
Well, if Jake the Snake gave DDT, I'd expect him to be.
Why the double standard, boys?
No, I'm loving it. It's like, okay, I'm gonna throw this out, right? If Hugh Morris gave a moonsault versus somebody else giving a moonsault, I would not expect people to get out of Hugh Morris's, although I may expect somebody else to get out of Randy Orton.
Psychosis.
Yeah.
Terrible analogy.
Well, especially since that's the first time anyone said the name Psychosis in about 14 years.
Right. The fact that you used my name with Psychosis.
It was a compliment. He's a lucha.
Mike, I think you're now the new host of the show.
That was a condiment, not a compliment.
There!
I tell you what, Edge has some beautiful spears. Maybe not against Batista with the headbutt, but
No. It's Edge. My money, Edge's spear, I think, is one of the best in the business.
the only spear I like better than Edge's is Rhino's.
The only spear I like better was when Tom Hanks caught that first fish on the island once he was stranded.
Yeah, but then Wilson came along and became a real party pooper.
Wilson was a big heel.
He was.
RKO.
I tell you what, I don't remember the last man standing match that I was really like jazzed about. Like I was super excited for. This is one of the first ones in a long time I was super pumped for.
It rained a lot today. I didn't do a lot.
All right, who do we have? Oh, who do we have money on? So who do you think, Mike? Who's going to walk out the winner of this match?
I have a hard time believing that Orton's not going to win this.
I feel like Edge can't lose his big return squash to the feud.
Why? Why can't he lose?
Because he's been down so much by Orton. He got the chair on the neck. So
But Orton can lose because there's so much equity in him right now?
That's true, too. I'm just thinking, like, who had the upper hand going into this?
I'm just thinking who's coming back on Monday and going to make dates and house shows because Edge is going to win. He has 10 dates a year, and then in a week from now, you guys are going to be bitching and complaining because Edge never shows up.
He actually has, I read 3 dates a year. So I think this is it. So you're right. He could easily – this is, I think, maybe his last date. So you're right. It would make more sense for him to lose.
I thought he had 30 dates in a year, not 3, 30, 30.
30?
The fact that you guys even know anything remotely close to that?
I know. It's – trust
Mike,
me.
can you confirm?
No, I don't know how many dates he's got, but I mean, Bill's absolutely right. He's not going to be on Raw on Monday, so you got to go with the horse that's going to be there.
And you got to go, you got to look at, okay, then what does he do about his wife who has a steady gig on NXT? And then, it's up and down the line. Yeah.
And he hasn't wrestled in so long. I mean, to come right back out, the next week.
Hats off to him. You don't want to, as much as you love this, you don't want to do this every night, man.
No. I mean, look how banged up Edge's back is. He hasn't had that in so long. What was it, 9 years?
Honeymoon. See nothing. That's my best stuff, and you two aren't even laughing.
Wait, what's that?
Nothing. We're going to fight next week.
No, you can't come within 6 feet of me.
Yeah, you guys got Lacey pissed off.
Why is Lacey pissed off? What do we do?
Oh, wait a minute. Frank heard that. Frank's back.
Yeah.
Let me invite my great friend Mark here to watch wrestling on the podcast.
It's Mike.
All right, listen, he can call me whatever he wants, man. I'll answer.
Mike is just happy he's on a –
Did I say Mark?
Yeah.
I meant Mike. I'm sorry, man.
Nah, you're good, man.
Mike's like, hey, he said my name.
Yeah, for real. He can call me whatever he wants.
Jesus Christmas.
Hey, how did you get Lacey and Casey to do that dance?
I didn't bet him. I'm on TikTok, baby.
That was – oh, how was the Bill DeMott experience last night?
I can't talk about it.
When does it air? When can we see it?
It's up. See, if you follow, you know it's been up since freaking –
I was looking for it on YouTube. I'm going to look for it right now.
You know what?
Is it on YouTube?
You just lied. You just got caught on a lie. That's a Pennsylvania lie.
Hey, Maury, did you ever meet any famous wrestlers like Kurt Angle in a Chinese restaurant?
Do you want to hear that story again?
Yeah, I was thinking about the whole time I was watching Elias last night at WrestleMania.
Look, guys, Edge is crying right now, okay?
Storytelling is amazing.
It's not over yet. No, not yet. My wife just asked if she missed Cena, and whenever I said no, she said yes in excitement.
I'd imagine the Firefly thing is going to be the main event, probably.
That's what I'm thinking.
I don't know. I'd like to see Drew and Brock close it out.
Yeah, well, only if it's like, like a long match. I don't want to. If it's going to be like some kind of a quick thing, then no.
Hornswoggle versus Chavo Guerrero.
Can we make it Kerwin White instead? Edge pulled it off on top of a truck trailer.
I'm probably in the minority, but that was kind of an anticlimactic ending to a great match.
Yeah, although, you know what? So here's my thing, Mike. I actually like the concerto. I think it circles back to Orton doing it. And I think if Edge is going to go over, it's a fitting way to go over on Orton and close out that feud, because now Edge is going to go away for 6 months.
That's true.
Hi.
There's a floating head like from the Haunted Mansion.
I know. I love the background, but we gotta fix it.
Well, me
You need a green screen.
Yeah, we have one. I just hadn't put it up, so I'll make sure.
I need one. We all need one. You know what I also need right now?
You got one?
Say it again?
Do you have a green?
You know what I need right now?
No, I'm using the virtual background.
What do you need, Jimmy?
I need a bathroom break.
Oh my gosh. Okay. No, do it.
I'm not coming back after the bathroom break.
You stay right there. You don't go anywhere.
I am not. I've got to go clean my toilet.
I will be back.
Mike,
What?
enjoy the rest of WrestleMania. Maybe we can actually talk on a future podcast where we'll all be paying attention.
Bill, you leaving us?
I'm leaving you. God loves the little children. Enjoy the rest of the show. Remember this.
Thanks.
If I don't talk to you later, so what?
All right. When do you want to get together to do a recap?
Let's do lunch sometime in June.
Hey, do we want
This guy over here.
Bill's like, fuck you guys.
Just took off.
I'm going to the bathroom. I'll be back.
Okay, guys. So as we can see, Bill, the WrestleMania heat got a little too heavy for him, so he ducked out for the night. So he was only here for the one match, the last man standing. But that's all right. He'll be back for the next show. But right now we got Lacey Evans. We got the women's title. How do you guys feel about this? I'm not super excited about it. But we'll see. What do you guys think?
I think
I'm excited.
You're excited, Frank?
I am, because I think this is where the build-up for Bailey and Sasha are going to be coming.
Okay. Mike, what do you think?
Yeah, I would agree with that. And again, I know I said this yesterday. I feel like Sasha's going to go over, and I agree with Frank. This is probably going to set up a good singles match between the two of them.
Yeah, I completely agree. Although I tell you what,
This is who I would have been marking out for.
this is my wife's favorite Orlando
Current
native.
favorite.
Third favorite? Current favorite.
Bailey did me wrong.
Yeah. Bailey, she's a mess right now.
But I had planned on, for us to go, I have Maury's, his toy title belt that I had gotten, and I was going to put glow in the dark paint all over it. I was going to mark out hard.
Yeah, she's a big fan. Which I am too. I think she's great. I hate her idiot husband, whichever Uso she's married to. I can't stand those guys. But yeah, her on her own is pretty great. So yeah, I'm a big fan of hers. I would love to see her win. She won the last time it was in WrestleMania here in Orlando. I'd love to see it again. Honestly, I'd love to see Tamina even win. I really, anybody but Bailey, I think she needs to go away for a while and come back.
See, I like Bailey. I'm going to go on a limb. I like Bailey, but I don't like her heel character. I think Bailey needs
to
adjust, and I think we need I hate to say it, we need the Bailey buddies back. You know,
Where's the Bailey buddy?
My wife was a Bailey buddy. Yeah, I loved her original gimmick. It was nice. It was wholesome. It was fun. It was family friendly. It was a role model, and bring it back because this is so lame and unbelievable. You know, I can't get behind it.
Either, right? Here's the other flip side, right? And Mike, I think you're right. Right? I'm fairly confident Sasha Banks is going over tonight. She's going to cheat to win. She's going to take the pin on Bailey, or she'll cause Bailey the match. But let me just throw this out. What if it's Bailey that stays heel and Sasha makes the face turn?
That's possible. What I was just going to say is I don't even mind Bailey as a heel. I think she has potential as a heel. I just think this version of her as a heel is just boring.
That's it.
I think she needs work on the mic. She needs work on her promos, and she needs to.
She's not believable.
No, not as a heel. As a face, yes.
Yeah.
Run around the ring and hug everybody. That's what I want to see.
Especially because on her social media, she still is all about being the Bailey of face.
Yeah.
I know, but you can't have your cake and eat it too. You know, like you can't blur the lines. I think I could see Sasha winning and doing a face turn because Bailey just beats the hell out of her. That to me is plausible that's going to happen. They could give it to Naomi being the Orlando native again. Tamina, they've just completely done no justice to. And she's been nothing but great. Even though, the controversy with her dad, and maybe that's why. Could be why.
Honestly, I don't know. I don't think they know what to do with her. She's obviously good. I just don't, like I said, I don't think they know what to do with her.
Yeah, I think I've never really seen her cut a promo, really. I've never actually seen her cut one at all that I can remember. So who knows if she could talk, but she's strong as an ox. She can wrestle like she weighs 5 pounds. I mean, she could throw herself around like crazy.
Yeah.
So what do you do with her? And then
what you do with her, you give her a manager.
Give her a manager, but
she could be a Paul Heyman girl.
Wouldn't that be something? Yeah. She is because Nia Jax, she has her own, she doesn't need a manager. She can handle herself on the mic. She's good whenever she comes back.
Maybe she makes a return tonight. Let's see.
I would love that. I'm a huge fan of hers.
I like Nia a lot.
The last thing I remember seeing of her was against Dean Ambrose, and then she tore her ACL.
Was that last year, I think?
Yeah, she's been out for
a year.
A year now.
It's funny, Frank. You're talking about managers, and I'm kind of an old school guy. I've been watching wrestling since mid '80s and stuff like that, and the manager is it's such a lost art,
Yes.
and something I think could be really beneficial to a lot of superstars nowadays.
Agree. I absolutely agree.
Especially because a manager should not be somebody who takes over the mic for you because you have no mic skills. Like a traditional manager helps you in the ring, helps you train, helps you with.
Mm-hmm.
That's what a manager. That's what Jim Cornette did. It's like a UFC trainer. Yeah. It shouldn't be any different than that. And now they just come out as arm candy or somebody who's a crutch because you can't talk.
Correct.
And it's kind of annoying how it's such a lost art.
Well, I mean, you look at I know he's kind of an easy target to make fun of, but you look at guys like Jimmy Hart, who Jimmy Hart took his role seriously.
He lived it.
Yeah.
He still lives it. He looks the same as he did forever.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, he was everything to those guys. He took care of their travel. He took his role seriously.
Yeah. Jimmy Hart's one of the greatest managers of all time. Bobby Heenan.
Yeah, well, I mean, Bobby Heenan, that's my guy. I love Bobby Heenan.
Me too. I really loved him as an announcer in WCW, though.
Yeah.
And by love, I mean I kind of
Pain.
hate him, like he's like, oh, you drive me crazy, but
Yeah.
it's a good way.
Well, that's the thing is that he was when he was a heel, you hated him, but you loved to hate him.
That's it. Yeah, he was the greatest person to love to hate.
But I mean, I think I don't know. Honestly, back in the '80s, there was all kinds of I don't know if you guys remember Slick, but Slick was awesome to watch.
Yeah. Yep. Paul Bearer, he's my favorite all-time manager.
Yeah.
I don't think he was the best, but he's my favorite.
Yeah.
That guy knew how to work. That guy was great. And he took so much, he got bloodied and beat up, and he was one of the boys. I tell you what, so far this match is pretty good. I don't like the let's have 4 girls lay down so that, you don't have too much clutter in the ring. I hate that kind of – but.
Well, this is the one type of match that is going to suffer for being in a smaller venue.
Yeah.
Because there's not as many places for them to go.
Yeah, that's true. And we're seeing that because now they're doing a standoff, but it was a little bit clustered with them just all kind of laying around and kind of figuring out what to do.
We're gonna have a rock paper scissors contest here.
How'd you know that? Oh, okay. It looked like it was gonna be. What was that?
I don't know, but that would have been hilarious.
Man. That was good. It was really good.
Oh, that was good. Into a stunner.
Yeah.
Hooks the leg. Kick it out too. Lacey Evans to her.
Hey, what? I'm not a Lacey Evans fan. I don't know about you.
I like Lacey Evans. I like Lacey Evans, and I think Lacey Evans has not only the character, the charisma, the mic ability. She's got the in-ring ability. She will be a future champion. Mark my word right now.
I agree with all that. I just when she comes out, I don't get excited. I'm like, Like if
I do.
Go to the bathroom on this one.
Honestly, one of the things with Lacey Evans to me is she's got to decide whether she's kind of playing both sides of the fence, and she's got to decide whether she's going to be a full-fledged heel or if she's not.
Yeah.
I'd like to see her as a face. I think her character works better as a heel, but I like her as a face.
Oh, I didn't even realize this was elimination style. That's how out of the loop I guess I am.
I did not either.
Yeah, neither did I.
Then they must not have announced it properly because one of us 3 would have caught it.
Because this changes the dynamic now, right?
Well, and it also goes to show you, I actually thought she kicked out on 2 on all 5 of them.
I did too.
Yeah, I thought she did too.
I thought she hit the rope. I thought she grabbed the rope.
She might have.
The way the ref pointed, it pointed like she was at, like she hit the rope. Okay, so my money is on either it coming down to Lacey Evans, Dale and Sasha, one of the 2 of them turning on the other, and that's where we're gonna have our turn. Mark my words, it does not come Dale and Sasha as the last 2.
Did you just pick all 4 women that are left in the match?
Shut up.
He's fitting into Bill's role quite well tonight. I love watching wrestling with Bill because he's such a ball buster.
Yeah.
Jimmy decided to leave the meeting, so.
Oh, there you go.
Wow. You know what, Jimmy? We don't need you. Take it easy. This isn't Magic Through Wrestling. This is the Mari and Mike show now.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, though. Actually, it's funny because I know I've been calling him Frank. You call him Jimmy. It's the same thing I just said. He about Lacey Evans. He's got to decide whether he's Jimmy or Frank.
That's it. It's so funny because, Jimmy. So I'm not going to go too far into it. He goes by Jimmy and Frank. He's got like a personal professional thing going on.
Yeah.
And, you know, of course, like he's a comedian / magician. But Bill gets on him about that all the time too on the show.
Yeah.
So
honestly, it's funny because obviously when I met him, I was introduced to him as Frank. So I that's just what I go with.
I call him both. The very first podcast we did, I called him Jimmy for like 12 straight times. And then one of the last times right before the show ended, I said, "So Frank, tell me whatever, right?" And I just froze like a deer in headlights. I didn't know what to do. And I said, "Hey, what do I do?" He's like, "Don't worry about it. You don't. Who cares?" You know, like, just like my real name isn't Mari, you know, but that's what I go by.
Yeah.
So, just like Bill DeMont isn't huge erection. So there you go. That's actually not his real name, believe it or not.
Yeah.
Or G-rection.
I can hear all of you, right? Like I didn't go anywhere.
I know you were right there.
Yeah. Listen, I wanted to be Jimmy, just for the record, for the podcast, and then somebody called me Frank, and I'm like, well, fucking cat's out of the bag now. So I don't give a shit what you call me.
And then whenever I tag you on social media, you're Frank Jimmy.
So here's the funny part is I got Blockbuster News. I'm going to be on another podcast.
I saw that.
What?
I'm going to be, yeah. So it's the Out of Control Dinner Show. Wonderworks is putting a magic podcast on, but it's not just me. It's all of the magicians.
Okay, so we got Todd,
me, Nathan, Scott, TC, and Tony. There's 6 of us.
That's
Out of Control podcast. But it's not going to be us every week. So like this week it may be 2 of us, and then the next episode it may be
okay. So you're kind of
rotate around, and it's basically like think variety entertainers. They're talking about variety entertainment.
Cool.
So
dude, congratulations.
Yeah.
That's huge breaking news.
Yeah, that's really cool.
All right, here we go. Did I miss an elimination?
I did too.
I was too busy.
Triple threat. Here it comes.
Change.
Lacey, Bailey, and Sasha. Here it comes. Watch. Bailey's going to go for a small package. No, maybe not.
Yeah.
Didn't I say it was going to come down to Bailey, Sasha, and Lacey?
We kind of gave all the options, but this was one of your options that you gave for sure.
This out of all of them, this is the most recent.
Okay, I'll take that. So Naomi got eliminated?
Yes. I missed that elimination. I was too busy yelling at you idiots.
Hey, well, congratulations on the podcast.
Thank you.
That doesn't mean you could pull a magic trick and be absent like Bill tonight on this one.
No.
Honestly, I'll give him credit, though. He made it through more of the show than I was expecting him to.
Me too. I thought he was going to be out halfway through that match.
Yeah.
I did not see him staying.
No. See, I mean, he's watching it with his Bill DeMont was watching with his family. They were having a good time, and then we come in and we're like, hey, let's do a watch-along / recap of yesterday's. And I think Bill was like, it's not going to happen.
Yeah.
Like,
actually, by the way, I know. I said this to you guys after we stopped recording yesterday, but I appreciate you guys having me on. This has been really fun.
Dude, yeah.
Yeah, man. Absolutely.
We're
happy to have you.
Yeah, thanks for coming on. Also, hold on.
I missed something. I think Sasha went for something and Bailey moved out of the way, and it was an accident, but Sasha's down.
Here
we go.
Here it is.
Funny enough, the one option that Frank didn't mention is the 2 of them get distracted and Lacey pins both of them.
Oh, that could be cool.
That could be great.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
And she just let her go.
Interesting.
Which is kind of stupid because if you have a 2-on-1 situation, why would you let your other half get knocked out?
I think she was trying to protect her, is what I think. She pushed
Yes,
her out.
she was, but she didn't try to break up the pin after. She just kind of backed off it.
Down.
And she's watching, but she could have at least tried.
Yeah, she did have plenty of time there.
Yeah, honestly, that sets up a match between the two of them even better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what? Watch.
I hope Lacey comes out with a victory here.
Sasha could cost Bailey, and Lacey could win.
Mm-hmm.
There's Bailey with the bloody nose. Well, I'd say what, this match is way better than I had expected going into it. I thought this match for sure was going to be like a 4 out of 10. It's already at least a 6.5. So.
Yeah.
So, what do you guys think is going to be next? It's got to be the Funhouse match, right?
Yeah, I would think so.
Yeah, but it could be the Drew match. They could do everything kind of like they did last night. Everything from the PC, and then finish in the Funhouse. You know, I could see that.
Yeah, guys, this is a great match so far. I really think, I mean, how do you can't really have Bailey win outright at this point with nothing else happening, and then what does that do? You know, Sasha could come back out and be like, oh, that's going to be mine, but that doesn't make as much sense to me.
Yeah.
By the way, I will say I do dig Bailey's attire now. Like, I dig that. My wife's not a fan.
I like it. She looks like the White Power Ranger.
That's why I like it. It's exactly what I was thinking.
Her haircut is, I need to speak to the manager.
Yeah, what do you say? She's got that Jenny or Jenna or Karen.
She's got a Karen haircut.
She's got a Karen haircut.
Tying her to the turnbuckle. Wow.
Now, this is something kind of original. Mike, what are you thinking here?
This is actually interesting, although my initial reaction was, why is the tag rope on the turnbuckle during a non-tag match?
Yeah, it's true. Well,
You know why? Okay, see, here's my thing, right? I know Lacey's kind of winded, but she could just untie the damn knot. She's got her other hand.
she's in the military too, so she should know some like
survival skills stuff.
Yeah.
You know, honestly, that is the one thing I will say that, you know, this because of the circumstances, they were able to. This is a very old school WrestleMania. You know, they're using a lot of old school tricks and gags and, you know, even moves like.
Yeah, I love it. You know, I think everything about this WrestleMania has been just stellar, and it's so hard hitting. I mean, I love the physicality of it, and I love this move. It's like a handstand into a Bronco Buster. So Lacey Evans could be winning the title here tonight. We'll see. Coming off the second rope isn't a WrestleMania moment. I don't care what you say.
Women's right off the second rope.
There you go. That's a WrestleMania moment.
Nope.
Wow. Right hand just isn't working. Wild. Tell you what, she almost kneed her in the face. I don't know if you guys saw that, but she was a little short on the moonsault there.
Yeah, there's Sasha.
Definitely not that of a humorous, no laughing matter. Wow. Sasha came out. Did you see that? Sasha.
I did.
I actually think I'm a little ahead of you guys.
Don't say anything.
Pause for a second and then try to line it up. I just keep doing 2 seconds.
Bailey just won the match. Sasha's coming back in the ring.
Sasha cost her Lacey Evans the match. She might deck her in the face with the title now. We'll see. Look at that. Look at what a good friend she is. Wow. So that didn't go how any of us thought it was going to go.
Yeah, no, that was
But she might look at the tape and be like, hey, why didn't you try to help me here?
That could play out, at SmackDown.
That's what I'm thinking. The backstabber. All right, so the women's title match was pretty successful. I dig it. Thoughts, guys, on the women's title?
Go ahead, Pete.
I think it was a good match, good five-way. I think that they were hindered by the size of the arena, but there's nothing they could do. They made the best of it. I think it was overall a good match. I would have liked to seen Lacey gone over, but not bad. I think the seeds are now planted for Bailey and Sasha to have their big feuded match.
By the way, while we're on a commercial, I got to say something here, okay? So last night, I was already asleep. I don't know what time you sent this, but Jimmy, you sent me on Facebook a picture of every WWE superstar in the history of WWE. Did you see that?
Oh, yeah. It's a Bruce Bell.
I've been looking at that all day.
I can't find it.
Nope.
We're going to post this on our Magic Through Wrestling. So anybody who's listening, try to find Bell.
I'm Bell. It's like, where's Waldo, but where's Bell?
Yeah. Did you find him?
Yeah, I will say while I was looking for Bill, though, I did find Hogan's on there twice, actually.
Really?
As in Hollywood and Hulkamania?
Yep. Yeah, and actually Randy Savage is on there twice also.
That's hilarious. Wow. Did either of you guys find Bill at all?
No, I couldn't find him.
I did. I just found him. I'm looking at him right now.
Did you really?
Swear to God, yeah. He is – so good pinpoint is if you look for – wow, is he on here twice? He is. He's on here twice. Okay, so if you pull up the picture and you look and you find the BWO.
Hey, I need to exit and come right back. I'm losing connection.
Okay. Yep, this is the main event for WrestleMania.
So this could go either way. This could actually be a pretty solid, decent length match, or it could be another Lesnar special.
I think it's going to be a solid match.
Well,
after that Funhouse match, we need an action match.
Yeah, we need. Yeah, I'm glad it didn't end with that because that would have just been like a mind cluster of craziness. Although, yeah, I could see this match going on for a while because it's 10:16 p.m. and I can't see them ending the final night of WrestleMania before 11. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, I'm sure Heyman's going to talk for at least a couple minutes.
So tonight, guys, we got to finish it off Brock Lesnar versus Drew McIntyre. Now Brock Lesnar's coming out. I'm excited. I really want to see Drew McIntyre win. He deserves it. I think the guy's really worked his way up.
Yeah, it's Drew's time.
Yeah.
I think everybody in the world wants to see Drew McIntyre beat Brock Lesnar.
Yeah. Well, I think it opens up a lot of options. You know, if you put the title on McIntyre, there's a lot of different ways you can go with it from there.
Yep.
You know what's funny is, so there's one referee I really like. He was in ECW. He was actually in CZW. You know who I'm talking about? He has like the shaved head, although it's growing in a little bit now. If you look at him, like whenever the light shines on him, his head is all sliced up from being in CZW.
Oh, really?
He was in NXT for a while, and then he came up. I didn't see him in Ultimate. What do you think this means for Brock Lesnar? You think he's going to go away for a while? What do you think?
I mean, he only has like 4 more dates for the rest of the year, so I think he has more dates than Brock Lesnar.
Wow. All right, then. Edge.
But here's what it means. No more part-time champion.
That's it, man. You know, I don't care if you're a money draw or not. I know that's kind of Bill's thing. But, like, if you're a part-time champion and you're not going to be there defending it, you know, whatever happened to the goal, that would have been insane if Drew McIntyre
that would have popped big time.
And just knocked him out with one hit one time.
Here we go.
And then he moved.
It'd be 15 of those in a row.
Or that was an awesome thing to do. Heyman goes, he's coming with another one, and then Lesnar. That's what a manager.
That's out of the way.
Mm-hmm.
Suplex City number 2.
Yep. I don't know how many cities are on that tour, but there's probably going to be a lot more.
It's the wrestling equivalent of a one-hit wonder.
Yeah. You know, like the 5-move of doom thing and stuff. Like, I don't know. I that was one of my thing. One of the things I really did not like with Lesnar coming back originally is like he just phoned it in with all the suplex cities, and I think it's lame and unentertaining. I don't know why people.
Drew just kicked out at 1 on the F5.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, I don't personally see any way that Lesnar retains. Do you guys?
There's another one.
He just gave him 2. He kicked out at 2 that time. Well, the thing with Lesnar matches is either he's being dominated or else he's getting dominated, or he.
Mhm.
And that's one thing I'm not a big fan of with his matches. Like Seth Rollins comes out, he does like 5 million curb stomps, wins.
A third F5.
You know what I think would have been amazing? So, Mike, did you hear our show whenever Bill, for the Rumble, he said he wished Lesnar would have eliminated everybody
Mhm.
Rumble and then would have said, hey, guess what? You know, you have a problem with me being the champion. Guess what? There is no WrestleMania this year. He could have that. Like, could you imagine what a heel if he comes out blaming himself that there's no WrestleMania for people and, like, played that off how Bill said? That would have been so cool.
Yeah, I agree. But here we are, main event WrestleMania 3 F5s. Drew McIntyre keeps getting up. You know, he's got some heart, but I don't know this. You know, Drew's got to do something here.
He's not going to take 4. That's good. But that's the second on Lesnar. And it looks like he's going to get up for another one.
You know what it reminds me of?
What's that?
What does this remind you of?
Seth Rollins curb stomping him 20 times.
The Fiend 20 fucking times.
Yep. That's why I don't like Lesnar matches, because it's like, you know.
Oh, there you go.
There it is. That was a really crappy way to end Mania.
Yep. And it's a shame because overall it was actually a pretty solid WrestleMania.
They could have had a really good match too. Like, I mean, they're close enough in weight that it's believable in height. It's not like Seth Rollins, who, you know, came out. I mean, I really could see them having a good match. I don't know why they chose not to.
I mean, having said that, I'm glad McIntyre won.
Me too, yeah. That is awesome. I'm so excited. I will say, well, I'll say it in a second, but this is really exciting. I'm really glad that McIntyre won. It's what he's worked so hard for, and he deserves it.
I agree.
Although I don't know what they're doing with all the – like, it was just finishes. That's not a match.
You know what it was reminiscent of? Last night's Braun Strowman Goldberg match. It was
It's like
slams.
The big guys can only do a couple finishes and end the match. I don't get it. Now who's McIntyre going to face for the title?
That's an excellent question.
Yeah.
Who would be
Steps up. Who comes back tomorrow, the Monday Night Raw after WrestleMania?
That's true, yep. I'm wondering to see.
He just thanked someone. I don't know who it was, but
I think it's the fans that are not there.
Yeah, but thank you.
Thank you, Drew.
Yeah, thank you. You know what? Tonight, this match sucked, but he's going to have plenty of good ones with that title.
Yeah, I agree. He's got a lot of, he can bring a lot of talent out of a lot of people.
All right, guys. So before we go out of here, final thoughts on WrestleMania this year.
2 nights, too big for one night, I think was a good caveat. I think it was too big for one night.
Yep.
I liked it. I really did. I enjoyed WrestleMania. Good, solid 2-night WrestleMania.
Yeah, I think.
Listen, real quick, I'm gonna give it overall a B minus. Overall, B minus. I think for what those men and women just went out there and did for the last 2 nights, A plus in effort. A plus in effort.
I'm kind of the same way, but I'll go last. Mike, what do you think?
I agree. I think it was a solid show overall, given the And honestly, I don't want to say given the circumstances because it makes it sound like I'm making excuses for them. I mean, it was a solid show, probably one of the better efforts that the WWE has put on in a while.
Yep, I completely agree. I think for me, effort 10 out of 10, delivery maybe say like 7 out of 10. What's funny is tonight was the stacked card, and I thought last night's show was better than tonight.
Are you guys watching The Undertaker right now?
Yeah,
No, I actually paused it.
So I have not to. He just scored some major points in my book. He was just on WWE Network. He's got a shirt, black shirt, Texas, state of Texas, that thin blue line flag flying through the state of Texas.
He's a cop guy.
He's a cop.
That's awesome. I love it. But yeah, overall, it was a really good show. So super pumped about it and can't wait to see what happens next.
So
I agree.
The one thing I will say, Frank, you mentioned the too big for one night. What I think is going to be interesting to see is if they're able to continue the 2-night WrestleMania, because not even so much. I think it's a good thing to have the 2 nights. I don't know if they are able to do it with the regular week-long WrestleMania schedule.
I don't know. Unless they move the Hall of Fame to SummerSlam. You see it?
Yep, I see the shirt with the thin blue line. I love it.
Yeah, I'm impressed. That scores some major bonus points in my books for The Undertaker.
Me too. That's great. All right.
All right, guys. I will chat with y'all later.
All right, guys.